We have some time before your appointment with the principal. Do you want to stop anywhere?
No, thanks. I'll surprise him and show up early for a change. Stop here.
Huh? Right here?
You go on ahead.
Is this a test or something? You're going to hit me if I drive away without you, aren't you?
Just what type of guy do you think I am?
Okay then.
What's up everyone, welcome back to Sansen Senpai. Last episode focused heavily on the emotional aftermath of the Curse Womb incident, showing how deeply the events affected everyone involved. But now, things seem to be shifting quickly. Going into episode 7, I'm expecting the pace to pick back up with new threats and more action. The title alone suggests confrontation, and I'm curious to see how the balance of power starts to move. I want to see more of Gojo in action and learn more about the enemies lurking in the shadows. This feels like the beginning of something much bigger, and I'm ready to see how intense it gets.
All right. I see. Who are you then?
That was a whole lot easier than I expected it was gonna be.
So then, just who are you calling easy?
What a pain in the ass.
He's a cursed spirit, but he can communicate clearly. And the sheer amount of cursed energy he just unleashed. An unregistered special grade. He's likely even stronger than Sukuna currently is. Special grades are classified as such because they're special. Having them pop up this frequently throws everything off.
Oh, don't tell me I wounded your pride.
No. I'm starting to enjoy this.
So you think this'll be fun, do you? No sense of danger? None at all.
Did he choose to attack here in order to avoid people? No. He was just making sure no other sorcerers could come to back me up.
Ember insects.
After Satoru Gojo calmly asked the volcano-headed curse to reveal who he truly was, the creature chose silence over cooperation. Rather than answering, it responded with overwhelming force. Behind Gojo, the ground split open as a gigantic volcanic crater formed in an instant. From its depths, blazing molten lava surged forward like a tidal wave, rushing toward Gojo with terrifying speed and swallowing everything in its path. The heat was intense enough to reduce anything it touched to ash, and the curse was confident that no living being could survive such an attack. Watching the inferno roar forward, the curse convinced himself that the strongest jujutsu sorcerer had finally been erased. What he failed to understand was that, despite the sheer scale and violence of his technique, it could not even graze Gojo. When the smoke and heat subsided, Gojo remained exactly where he was, untouched and unbothered. He observed the curse with clear interest, calmly assessing its abilities. There was no denying that the curse was powerful and highly skilled in manipulating cursed energy, far beyond ordinary curses. Its volcanic form alone marked it as a special grade threat. As Gojo continued his analysis, he came to the conclusion that, in terms of raw destructive strength, this curse might even surpass Sukuna, the infamous king of curses. Even so, Gojo felt no unease. No matter how impressive the curse's power might be, Gojo was certain that the outcome of the battle would not change. As the fight dragged on, the curse grew increasingly irritated. Each of his attacks failed to even inconvenience Gojo, and that frustration quickly turned into rage. Realizing that brute force alone was not working, the curse changed tactics. He summoned a massive swarm of cursed insects, sending them surging toward Gojo in an attempt to overwhelm him through numbers. Yet the gap between their power levels was absolute. The insects were obliterated before they could get anywhere near Gojo, bursting apart in mid-air and adding only noise to the battlefield. With no results to show for his efforts, Gojo briefly relocated, teleporting away to create distance. Still, the curse refused to relent. Concluding that long-range attacks were useless, he charged forward, determined to confront Gojo directly and burn away his
Well, if you're aiming this attack at me, then you're right. I'm not feeling any danger. Well, what if this hits me? Sound. A two-stage attack of sound and explosions. That's not bad.
And there's more! That's all it took? Obviously, I overestimated him. That human was just as fragile as the rest of them are. He wasn't living any life of truth. It's also nauseatingly repulsive. I am going to go and spread real strength. The truth as only death can reveal it.
We just went over this a minute ago. Are you a slow learner? The smoke is so irritating.
What's going on here?
In simple terms, you miss me.
Impossible. I felt the contact just now. I touched you, and not only that, I killed you.
No, what you actually touched was the infinity existing between you and me. Here, I'll show you. Put your hand out. Oh, come on. Come on, come on.
I don't sense hostility or trickery. Guess I'll see what it's about.
See?
I can't touch him. I can stop just short of him. Is this infinity?
Not exactly stopped. But the closer you get, the slower you go. So, what now? We could just hold hands if you like?
I refuse.
Oh, don't be shy now. You're making me feel self-conscious too.
You bastard! So fast. I don't get it. It's not just a blow that's strengthened with cursed energy. So what is it? I must know!
There's still more! Infinity exists everywhere. I just use my jujutsu to bring it forward into reality. Convergence, divergence. What do you think happens when one touches this void? Curse technique reversal.
unmistakable white hair. In one last effort to turn the tide, the curse unleashed another fire-based technique, triggering a massive explosion meant to annihilate Gojo at close range. When the flames cleared, Gojo stood unharmed, his expression unchanged. The curse stared in disbelief, unable to comprehend how his attacks kept failing. Seeing the confusion on his enemy's face, Gojo explained with a teacher's calm tone that what the curse had been colliding with all this time was an infinite distance separating them. This invisible barrier was not something the curse could perceive or understand. Gojo clarified that this phenomenon was the result of his limitless technique, which ensured that nothing could ever truly reach him. To make his explanation unmistakably clear, Gojo asked the curse to extend his hand. Though hesitant, the curse complied. As he stepped closer, he felt his movements slow dramatically, as if an unseen force was resisting every inch of progress. No matter how much effort he exerted, he could not touch Gojo. Meanwhile, Gojo effortlessly reached out and grasped the curse's hand himself. In that instant, the curse finally grasped the overwhelming disparity between them, realizing just how completely outmatched he was. With that realization weighing heavily on him, the volcano-headed curse left himself open. Gojo seized the opportunity without hesitation, striking him with a powerful cursed punch that sent blood spraying from the curse's mouth. A rapid sequence of precise physical blows followed, each one delivered with terrifying control. The final strike launched the curse high into the air. As his opponent soared helplessly upward, Gojo activated his red reverse technique, generating a massive repelling force that slammed the curse into the distant forest below. Gojo immediately pursued, giving his enemy no chance to recover. Blow after blow rained down, each strike reinforcing the vast gulf between their abilities. No matter how desperately the curse struggled, retaliation was impossible. Bruised and broken, he recalled Geto's warning from before the battle. Confronting Gojo meant inevitable death. Even so, cornered and desperate, the curse chose to gamble everything. He prepared to deploy his domain expansion, hoping it would grant him a chance to survive.
Well, that's that.
You can try, but you'll die, Joko. I guess it wasn't just talk. No matter. If I can't hit him, I'll just drag him into my domain. Wait. Where'd he go?
Sorry about that.
Hey, what's going on here? Where the hell are we? How did I get here?
Sorry.
Get it. What is this place? Hey!
What the hell? Sukuna's vessel.
To observe, I've brought Yuji Itadori.
Mount Fuji! His head's Mount Fuji!
I aim to protect you. I'll never leave you.
Wow. He learned surprisingly quickly.
Come on, Sam.
Yuji!
Oh, hey, so what's up, Gojo?
Talking to him doesn't cause a problem either.
You need something?
So we can increase his output quickly and move on to the next stage soon. We're heading out. Let's go.
Huh?
It's a field trip lesson. I'm going to teach you about the very pinnacle of Jujutsu battles. Domain expansion.
What the hell's this? How come I'm not sinking? Gojo, I was at the school just 10 seconds ago, right? What's going on here?
Oh, I warped us.
He's not gonna explain it.
Sukuna's vessel. So he really is alive.
The first thing, you must somehow render Satoru Gojo incapable of fighting. The second is to get Ryomen Sukuna and Yuji Itadori on your side.
I can't kill Itadori because of our future plans. Has Gojo figured out what we're up to? What'd you bring the kid for? A shield?
A shield?
At that critical moment, Gojo made an unexpected move. He brought Yuji Itadori, Sukuna's vessel, directly onto the battlefield. Yuji arrived utterly confused, unable to understand what was happening or why he was there. Gojo casually introduced him to the curse and explained that Yuji was present simply to observe. Earlier, Gojo had returned briefly to Jujutsu High, visited Yuji's room, and conducted a short training session. Pleased with Yuji's noticeable improvement, Gojo now intended to use this fight as a live lesson, specifically to teach him about domain expansion, one of the most advanced techniques in Jujutsu sorcery. Yuji looked around in amazement, realizing he was standing on the surface of water without sinking. The curse, now identified as Hanami, was equally shocked upon realizing that Sukuna's vessel was still alive. He could not believe Gojo had brought such a person into this battle. Gojo dismissed his concerns immediately, stating that Yuji was no hindrance at all. In fact, Gojo openly declared that the volcano-headed curse was far too weak to pose any real threat. Those words pushed Hanami into a blind rage. Furious at the blatant disrespect, he vowed to wipe the smug expression from Gojo's face. Yuji could feel the pressure intensify and sensed that this curse was on a completely different level from anything he had faced before. Even so, Gojo remained perfectly calm, instructing Yuji to simply watch carefully. For Gojo, the real lesson was just beginning. Consumed by anger, Hanami finally activated his domain expansion. The surrounding space transformed into a hellish volcanic landscape as an enormous eruption swallowed the area. Rivers of lava flowed freely, and the temperature skyrocketed to unbearable levels. Everything within the domain seemed destined to burn. Overwhelmed, Yuji turned to Gojo for answers. Gojo explained that the curse had created a domain using cursed energy, a space where the user's abilities were dramatically amplified. He went on to compare it to the incomplete domain Yuji had encountered before, noting that the previous one's imperfection was the reason Yuji and his friends had survived. Fully realized domains required immense cursed energy, but once completed, they ensured that every technique within them became far.
No, I already explained this. He's just here to watch. You see, I'm in the midst of teaching him a lot of things. So, forget about him and let's just fight.
Having him tag along with you isn't gonna slow you down? It makes you look like an idiot.
Oh no, it'll all be fine. I mean, really. You're kind of weak.
How dare you insult me like that, you insolent ass! I'm going to enjoy tearing off that smug face of yours!
This guy is weak? He's way more powerful than any of the monsters I've encountered so far.
You'll be fine. Just stay here close to me.
Domain expansion.
What is this? Damn!
Coffin of the Iron Mountain.
What is this? Damn!
This is domain expansion. The innate domain is made with cursed energy. Then you imbue it with a cursed technique. What you three encountered at that juvenile detention center was an incomplete domain that hadn't been imbued with any cursed techniques. If that had been a proper domain, all of you first years would have died. I think Megumi understood that. Spreading out an innate domain that way always consumes a ton of energy. But the advantages make it worth it. One of them is the boost to stats due to environmental factors.
Ah! You mean like buffs in video games?
Another one is...
What? Most sorcerers would have been burned to ash the moment they entered my domain.
The techniques imbued in the domain are always sure to hit within that domain. That is guaranteed.
Guaranteed?
That's correct. But don't worry, there are several ways to deal with it. You can take the hit using a cursed technique like...
More lethal. Normally, being trapped inside an enemy's domain meant certain defeat unless one could counter with a domain of their own. The stronger domain would dominate the battlefield entirely. As he spoke, Gojo slowly removed his blindfold, revealing his brilliant blue eyes. With effortless confidence, he activated his own domain expansion, Unlimited Void. In an instant, Hanami's volcanic domain was swallowed by an endless, surreal space. The curse froze completely, his thoughts overwhelmed by the infinite flow of information flooding his mind. Standing beside Yuji as if nothing unusual was happening, Gojo reached out and lightly tapped the curse's volcanic head. With a simple flick, he severed it from the body. Even then, Gojo offered mercy, promising to spare the curse if he revealed who was truly behind the attack. Yuji watched in stunned silence, awestruck by Gojo's power. From afar, Geto and his allies decided against direct confrontation. Geto withdrew quietly, while Hanami seized the opportunity to retrieve the severed head and escape. Despite everything he had endured, the curse refused to speak. Losing patience, Gojo warned that purification would follow if the truth was not revealed. At that very moment, Hanami's technique activated. A massive tree burst forth, transforming the area into a beautiful garden of flowers. For a brief instant, Gojo and Yuji were distracted, their focus slipping. Using that opening, Hanami escaped with the curse's head. In the confusion, Yuji was caught by the tree's branches and lifted into the air, moments away from death. Gojo reacted instantly, saving Yuji and allowing the enemies to flee. Overcome with guilt, Yuji apologized, kneeling before Gojo. Gojo reassured him, explaining that this was all part of helping Yuji grow stronger. He believed Yuji was progressing exactly as he should. In the month ahead, Gojo planned to intensify Yuji's training in preparation for the upcoming exchange event between jujutsu schools. Yuji, still unaware of what that event entailed, could only follow along. Elsewhere, the principal and his assistant waited anxiously for Gojo's return, uncertain of his whereabouts. Meanwhile, in their hideout, Geto stepped through a mysterious doorway into an—
Just now, or, and I don't really recommend this one, but you can try to go outside the domain. That's usually impossible. Now, you can also—
If I neutralize that infinity of yours with a dense domain, then my techniques will reach you.
Yeah, they'll hit.
Infinity?
You have to give me the prison realm to add to my collection. I came here having just thinking I wouldn't really care if I couldn't kill him. But now, having this difference between us thrust in my face, having him insult my pride as a cursed spirit, ridiculing the new humanity, this is completely unacceptable.
The most effective way to deal with a domain is to lay out your own domain. When two domains are laid out at the same time, the more refined one will dominate that space. Though compatibility in the amount of energy can factor in.
There won't even be ashes left of you, Satoru Gojo!
Domain expansion. Infinite void.
What just happened? Can it be that my domain was overwhelmed? I can't see anything. I can't feel anything. No. I can see everything. I can feel everything. But the information is never complete, so I can't do anything.
This is the inner world of Limitless. Perception, contact. Every act in life is repeated infinitely, over and over. Ironic, isn't it? When granted every possible thing, you can't use it. All you can do is die peacefully. But I have some things I still want to ask you. So for right now, I'm going to let you off the hook with just this. Now then, just who instructed you to come after me?
He really is the strongest jujutsu sorcerer. As a living organism, he's on another level.
Another world. where Mahito questioned him about the special grade curses. Shortly after, the two returned to their base, the conflict far from over. As the battlefield slowly returned to silence, the remnants of cursed energy still lingered heavily in the air, clinging to the scorched ground and shattered terrain like an invisible fog. Yuji stood frozen for a moment, his chest rising and falling as he tried to steady his breathing. Even though the fight was over, his body had not yet caught up to the reality that he was still alive. The overwhelming pressure he had felt inside the domain, the suffocating heat, and the sheer presence of power beyond comprehension continued to echo inside his mind. For Yuji, this battle was different from anything he had experienced before. He had faced powerful curses, witnessed death, and even fought alongside seasoned sorcerers, but what he had just seen went far beyond combat. It was a glimpse into the absolute peak of the Jujutsu world. Watching Gojo dismantle a special grade curse so effortlessly forced Yuji to confront a harsh truth. There existed a level of strength so vast that even courage, determination, and raw effort meant nothing in comparison. That realization unsettled him more than fear ever could. As Yuji looked at Gojo, standing calmly amidst destruction as if nothing extraordinary had occurred, he felt both admiration and frustration twist together in his chest. Gojo had moved through the battle with absolute confidence, treating concepts like domain expansion and infinite space as simple lessons rather than ultimate weapons. To Yuji, it felt like witnessing a living force of nature rather than a human being. For the first time, Yuji truly understood what it meant when people referred to Gojo Satoru as the strongest. Gojo, sensing Yuji's silence, glanced at him with a faint smile. He could tell that the weight of what Yuji had seen was beginning to settle in. This was exactly why he had brought Yuji here, not just to observe techniques, but to feel the difference in scale firsthand. Books and explanations could never convey what it meant to stand inside a domain or to witness one being completely erased by a superior force. Experience, Gojo believed, was the most effective teacher. Yuji clenched his fists, replaying the moment when Gojo had activated Unlimited Void. The memory.
Oh dear. What now? Will you rescue him? I can't let any of the people from the school see my face, so I'll be leaving here now. I trust you to finish this. If you want to save him, then go ahead and save him. Though I don't know, do your kind have sentimental emotions? That's quite a statement for a cursed spirit to make.
You don't seem like the type to follow orders. Was something good supposed to happen if you killed me? Regardless, you're going to have to tell me. Who sent you? I want a name. Come on, just tell me already.
Like I never tell you, you little punk!
What a bad attitude. And you're so compromised.
Damn you!
If you don't tell me, I'll exorcise you. Though I will anyway.
So weird. Curses are capable of conversations? Here it almost seems normal.
Aw,
So pretty.
flowers! It's just a curse, and it's stripping away my will to fight.
Leave me, Gojo! Go after them! I'll be fine! Wait, forget that I lied! I need help!
He got away. He's good at hiding his presence. He's way more impressive than Volcano Head.
I'm sorry about that.
So now curse spirits at that level are joining forces?
Then you're the one
It's
who
getting
brought me,
interesting.
right?
Yuji, I want you, as well as all of your classmates, to become strong enough that you can beat that.
Me beat that?
It's better to have a concrete goal, wouldn't you say? Man, I'm glad I brought you today.
Is he serious? I've had no idea what was going on this whole time.
Now that we've set you a goal, all that's left is to pursue it and then attain it. Let's speed up your schedule. For the next month, You'll still be watching movies, but you'll also be fighting against me.
Fighting with you? Will I still even be alive after a month of that?
Then it's combat training. You'll be sent out on more difficult missions. The basics, and how to apply them. And then finally, you can show off all these new skills at the exchange event.
Wait, teacher?
Yes, and what's your question?
The exchange event is what?
He sent a chill down his spine. The curse had not screamed or resisted, it had simply stopped, as if existence itself had betrayed it. Yuji wondered what it must have felt like to be trapped in that space, where infinite information flooded the mind, robbing the victim of thought, movement, and will. The idea alone terrified him. And yet, Gojo wielded that power with complete control, able to limit its effect and end it in an instant. That contrast struck Yuji deeply. Power like that could easily destroy everything indiscriminately, yet Gojo chose restraint. Even when facing an enemy that intended to kill him, Gojo still turned the battle into a lesson, still gave his opponent a chance to speak, still prioritized Yuji's growth over his own convenience. Yuji realized then that strength alone was not what made Gojo dangerous, it was the clarity and purpose behind that strength. As they prepared to leave the area, Yuji hesitated before speaking. He asked Gojo whether someone like him could ever reach that level. The question came out quietly, almost uncertain, but it carried the weight of everything Yuji had felt since becoming Sukuna's vessel. Gojo did not answer immediately. Instead, he placed a hand on Yuji's shoulder and told him that strength was not a fixed destination. What mattered was how far Yuji was willing to push himself and how clearly he understood why he fought. Gojo explained that unlimited void, despite its overwhelming nature, was not something Yuji needed to replicate. Every sorcerer's path was different. Domains reflected the user's soul, their understanding of the world, and their relationship with cursed energy. One day, Yuji might create something entirely his own, something shaped by his compassion, his anger, and his resolve to save others. Hearing this, Yuji felt a small spark of hope ignite within him. Far from the battlefield, as Geto regrouped with his allies, the failure of the mission weighed heavily on his thoughts. Losing a special grade curse was not insignificant, but more troubling was the confirmation of Gojo's overwhelming dominance. The gap between Gojo and everyone else remained absolute, an obstacle that brute force alone could never overcome. Geto knew that future plans would need to be far more calculated, far more cruel, if they were to stand any chance at reshaping the world they despised.
Tell you?
He's late.
Sure is peaceful here.
How's Jogo doing, Geto?
Death's door. Hanami wants to save him, though, so he'll probably be fine.
How irresponsible. And you're the one who egged him on.
Heavens no. I tried to stop him.
Speak of the devil. Jogo, Hanami. Glad to see you're okay.
How the hell can you look at me like this and say I'm okay?
You're lucky that you got off so easy.
Why, you...
Maybe now at least you understand. So we'll go about sealing Satoru Gojo at the appropriate time, in the appropriate place once we've secured our advantage over him. D-Day is October 31st in Shibuya. Later I'll have more details. Good? Mahito?
No objections. Let's be cunning. As curses should, and humans should. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and
What the hell are you doing?
We're warming up.
6 and... I think I'm warmed up enough.
Me too.
What exactly are you warming up for?
Angel, cross!
Thanks. Shoot! Mizo, here!
Overhead! Bicycle kick!
I'm gonna kill these two for this later.
And that brings us to the end of today's video on She Sings Softly. Thank you so much for staying with me until the very last moment and sharing these emotions together. Music has a quiet way of connecting hearts, and I'm truly grateful you're here listening with me. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps this space grow little by little. Take care, keep your heart soft, and I'll see you very soon with more reactions, more songs, and more gentle moments.